Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you a video today to discuss and share my thoughts on the Adidas Glitch. More specifically, whether or not the Adidas Glitch and the concept behind this shoe is actually a good idea. Now, this might sound like a silly video to make just based on what you've seen and perhaps heard about the Adidas Glitch. I think that this shoe alone really shows the power of marketing in general and how it can sway the opinions and I guess impressions of a particular product, especially from a performance standpoint, just based on how it's marketed and the positive attention from said marketing. This is a shoe that, keep in mind, has only released in the UK, and the release in the UK has been very limited in that it's invite only, and then once you get an invite, you can purchase a pair, and then from there, you actually have the opportunity to try them out. So the vast majority of people have not held this shoe, they've not tried it on, they haven't worn them, they're just passing judgment based on some marketing stuff and some videos out there on the internet. Now I will say this, I think that the Adidas Glitch system is a very cool concept. I think that the Adidas Glitch shoe as a whole is better than I thought it was going to be. With that being said, I think as a top end model, and we'll talk about the price point of this shoe a little bit later in the video, as a top-end model, I don't think that it's as good as other shoes out there from other brands and Adidas themselves. Now, I did make a video kind of breaking down the whole Adidas Glitch system and what the shoe is all about, all the materials, the tech specs. If you missed it, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen. I definitely recommend that you watch it prior to watching this video because it definitely will help to understand some things I'm going to be talking about. So go ahead and check that video out if you haven't seen it already. And again, let's get into whether or not I think that the Adidas Glitch system is actually a good idea. Like I just talked about, I actually do think the Adidas Glitch is a decent product. It performs better than I was expecting. I legitimately think that the concept itself is pretty cool, but I don't think it's the best thing ever, and that's kind of what I want to talk about in today's video. So don't view this as kind of a hate on Adidas, hate on the Adidas Glitch video. This is more so just kind of laying out all the facts, laying out some impressions that I've had of the shoe, and laying out some observations that I think a lot of people haven't really made with the Adidas Glitch, in that it's not quite as amazing as everyone wants to make it out to be. So my biggest gripe with the Adidas Glitch is not so much the existence of this shoe, but more so the fact that other shoes exist that are very similar and I would argue are significantly better. And that one shoe that I'm specifically referring to is the Adidas X16 Plus Pure Chaos, which I happen to have right here. You can see side by side, they definitely have a similar look to them. If you guys did watch my video on the Adidas Glitch, throughout the video, I know it's quite long, but there was a lot to talk about. I do compare these two kind of side by side with certain comparisons I think being a little bit shocking to a lot of people who actually did get that far into the video, and they kind of understood perhaps a little bit more of what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So with these two shoes, essentially, this is a non-modular version of the Adidas Glitch. It features virtually the exact same synthetic upper. It features virtually the exact same internal tech fit system. It features the exact same stud pattern. The major differences are going to be that this is a solid sole plate. It's featuring a sprint frame construction, which is actually going to be a lot lighter than what you find on the Adidas Glitch, something we'll get to in just a second. And you also do have laces under the lace cover here on the Pure Chaos, which I would argue allows for a much more secure fit and a more responsive feel in general when compared to the Adidas Glitch. Not to mention, I think it's a more comfortable shoe as well. So with the Glitch, obviously you strip the laces, you get a laceless system. The inside does come out from the kind of upper part of the shoe, so it is a two-piece modular system, and it also, like I said, weighs a lot more. You go from 7 ounces in a size 9 US for a Pure Chaos to about 10 ounces for an Adidas Glitch in the exact same size, a weight difference of 3 ounces, which is pretty significant. As a $300 model, they're both right around the $300 price point, especially when you're talking about a shoe that's supposed to be kind of a lightweight, thin synthetic, tighter fitting shoe. Most people would not settle on 10 ounces. And I think that's something that a lot of people have not considered with the Adidas Glitch, is the fact that it's not light despite it looking kind of like a speed boot. So again, side by side, these are very similar shoes in terms of their attributes. But when you're talking about overall fit, comfort, performance, and of course the weight of the shoe, the Pure Chaos is a significantly better shoe overall in comparison to the Adidas Glitch. I really would consider this to be a downgrade over the Pure Chaos. I think one of the major reasons why people are really excited about the Adidas Glitch system as a whole is the modularity aspect. The fact that you can buy an outer skin or an inner shoe entirely separately. You don't have to buy a brand new shoe. You can replace one part or the other. Now this does seem like a cool concept, but when you actually break down the pricing, it's not necessarily cheaper than a regular pair of high-end shoes. Let me explain. So as of right now, for those that don't know, the Adidas Glitch is only available in the UK by invite only. You get an invite code, you go to the Adidas Glitch app, you input your code, and you'll be authorized to actually purchase a starter pack. Now the starter pack retails for £250, which as of right now converts to about $310 US, and that gets you 2 outer skins and 1 inner shoe. The outer skin obviously makes for the upper and the stud pattern. The inner shoe makes for the liner as well as the sole plate. And of course the 2 pieces come together to make one single product. So again, for $310 US, you have a pair of Adidas Glitches with, like I said, 2 uppers, 1 inner shoe. Does that translate to 2 different shoes? I'm not entirely sure on that one. I think that when you're talking about how a soccer shoe wears, it's not necessarily going to be that the inside is going to wear more slowly than the outside or the other way around. It's something that's really going to vary from person to person. And who's to say that you're not going to need to replace the inner shoe sooner or later than when you're going to need to replace the outer piece. Of course, you're going to get 2 outer pieces with this starter pack, but at this point in time, this is kind of a limited edition thing. Is this starter pack going to be how this shoe releases worldwide if it ever does get a general release? At this point in time, we don't really know. But again, this starter pack, if it releases as it is worldwide at $310, even $300 US, it's at the same price point as pretty much every other most expensive top-end model from Adidas and other brands out there. So is that a really good deal for the sake of this modularity in a package that I would argue is not as good as a shoe that is just kind of a standard single shoe construction without any moving parts that attach and reattach? I would argue no. You also have to consider that within the Adidas Glitch app, you can buy separate pieces individually. So outside of the starter pack, you can buy inner shoes and you can buy outer skins completely individually. Now the pricing structure for that, based on converting it to US dollars, for an outer skin, it's $125, and for an inner shoe, it's $150. So let's say that the starter pack doesn't exist and you have to buy all the pieces individually. That works out to $275 for an Adidas Glitch with 1 inner shoe and 1 outer skin. Again, bringing you back to the same price point as current top-end models from Adidas and other brands. And again, I would argue that the quality of the shoe is not as good. So at that point, you're pretty much spending $300 on this shoe no matter what. And again, for $300, you have to consider all of your options. And when you do, again, I think from a performance standpoint, you have better options out there. So the idea that you're going to spend $300 and then replace the upper as you need to and replace the inner shoe as you need to, because of how highly priced these pieces actually are, in the long run, you're pretty much going to be at the same pricing level as just buying an entirely new pair of shoes versus replacing certain pieces and using it with your used older pieces. So again, I think the idea is really, really good. I do think though, again, if we're basing the pricing off of what you can buy these for right now in the Adidas Glitch app, I think it's a little bit too expensive, but that's just my opinion. Let me know yours down below in the comment section. So you decide that you really want an Adidas Glitch, you drop $310 on a starter pack, which by my math gets you about 1.5 pairs of shoes based on 2 uppers, 1 inner shoe, but you're excited to try them out and you go to put them on. This is where, again, I think the marketing from Adidas has been a little bit misleading. And I did make a video on this, how to put on the Adidas Glitch. It was kind of a controversial video in that a lot of people read the title and then immediately made a comment saying, why are you making a video on how to put on a pair of shoes? But if you actually watch the video, you'd understand why I made it. And if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen. But if you notice when you get the starter pack, which most people haven't done, but even within the Adidas Glitch app, there are instructional videos on how to actually put these on. Now, of course, Adidas has done laceless shoes prior to the Adidas Glitch with the Pure Control models, but those don't come with instructions with how to put them on. There's no instructional promotional videos within the Adidas Pure Control marketing. It's something that's fairly simple to do given the laceless system. With the Adidas Glitch though, they give you two different ways to put them on, both of which I find to be extremely difficult. It really is not an easy task. And it's something that I think is super, super annoying with this particular shoe. If I were to go into a store and really want a pair of Adidas Glitches, I think after going through the process of putting them on one time, it would really, really kind of have me questioning whether or not this is the shoe that I absolutely wanted, just because of how difficult and how annoying that process can actually be. And I can't really think that that's something that I would want to do every single time that I go to play, which for a lot of people who are buying a shoe like this, you're likely a soccer enthusiast and you're likely playing almost every day of the week. So again, doing that process, going through the struggle of actually getting these on, again, something that I think a lot of people are kind of overlooking with the Adidas Glitch, because the marketing videos from Adidas make it look very simple, but the reality is it's not quite that easy. If you can imagine struggling to put these on a cold, wet, rainy day, that's uncomfortable. It's not something that you necessarily want to deal with. And with pretty much any other shoe out there, you're not going to have to deal with the struggle of actually putting them on. So for me, that is one of the major design flaws of the Adidas Glitch. But at the same time, given the laceless system and given the modularity of the shoe, I'm not sure that there's a different way of designing it in order to make them go on a little bit more easily, but also allow for proper lockdown and just general security because of this laceless system. It's a little bit of something that I think there's definitely room for improvement given this laceless modular design. So to answer the question, is the Adidas Glitch actually a good idea? I think it is. I think that the concept of modularity is something that intrigues a lot of people. Obviously, this has garnered a lot of interest, even though the majority of people haven't had the opportunity to try them at all or even have the opportunity to purchase them. But with that being said, as cool as the concept is from a performance standpoint, from a comfort standpoint, from even a weight standpoint, it doesn't hold up to other top-end models out there, especially at the $300 plus price point. If you're comparing it just to Adidas top-end models, I think that every other top-end Adidas model available right now is a better performing shoe than the Adidas Glitch. This is a cool shoe, it's a cool concept. It does work, it does get a pass as a soccer cleat, but as a top-end performance product, like I said, it's just not all there as of yet. Is this something that they can improve upon? Is this a shoe that I think is going to evolve over the next year or two? Possibly. Maybe there's some changes they can make to the inner or outer pieces that will change the experience of wearing the shoe. But as of right now, the Adidas Glitch, like I said, it's a decent shoe. It gets the job done. It works as a soccer cleat. But from a performance standpoint, as a top-end product, you definitely have better options out there. So hopefully this opened your eyes a little bit and explained a little bit more, I guess, in regards to the Adidas Glitch and what it's all about. Because again, a lot of the information that's out there, in my opinion at least, is a little bit misleading. So if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support the video with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.